Welcome back to The Observable Unknown. There are emotions that do not merely color experience, they calibrate it. Tonight we'll turn toward the subtle architecture of conscience, not as doctrine, not as ideology, but as physiology. The body, long before philosophy, learned to register the cost of disconnection, the tightening of the chest, the sinking of the stomach, the quiet wish to hide. These sensations are not abstractions, they are regulatory signals. Psychologist June Tangney of George Mason University has spent decades distinguishing between guilt and shame, two emotions often conflated in daily speech yet profoundly different in their neural and behavioral consequences. Her empirical work suggests that guilt is typically linked to specific actions. It motivates repair and invites restitution. Shame, by contrast, tends to globalize the self. It whispers that one is not merely mistaken, but fundamentally flawed. The observable unknown here is that moral learning may not begin with rules. It begins with bodily states that guide attention toward reconnection or withdrawal. Functional neuroimaging research has begun to map these distinctions. Studies associated with neuroscientist Jorge Moll, working in Brazil and later in the United States, identified activity within medial prefrontal and orbitofrontal regions during moral emotional processing. These areas integrate valuation, empathy, and social context. Moral emotions, in this view, are not disembodied judgments, they are appraisals shaped by circuits that evolved to maintain group cohesion. The brain is not merely asking, is this right? It is asking, will this keep me connected? Philosopher and cognitive neuroscientist Joshua Greene, whose work at Harvard explored dual-process models of moral cognition, proposed that intuitive emotional responses often precede deliberate reasoning in ethical decision-making. In experimental dilemmas, participants frequently showed rapid limbic activation before engaging slower cortical deliberation, feeling first, explaining later. The observable unknown is that what we call moral certainty may sometimes be the nervous system's urgent attempt to stabilize social belonging. Shame, when chronic or unprocessed, can dysregulate the organism. It narrows perception, compresses time, and erodes the capacity for curiosity. Guilt, when held within a tolerable window, can function differently. It mobilizes corrective action and restores relational equilibrium. From an affective neuroscience perspective, repair is not only symbolic, it is regulatory. Consider what happens when an apology is offered and received. Heart rates synchronize, muscle tension softens, vagal tone stabilizes. The moral act becomes a physiological reset. Here, morality is revealed as a loop. Action, affect, response, recalibration. The nervous system learning again and again how to remain inside a circle of others. Across cultures, rituals of confession, atonement, forgiveness, and reconciliation have served as structured technologies of regulation. They transform diffuse shame into actionable guilt. They convert isolation into reintegration. The observable unknown is not simply that ethics has a biological substrate. It is that social emotions may have evolved precisely to keep human nervous systems interoperable. To feel guilt is to sense that the bridge still exists. To feel shame is to fear that it has collapsed. Repair, then, is the art of rebuilding connection without erasing responsibility. Tonight, I urge you to notice how your body responds when you remember a mistake. Does it constrict? Does it invite movement toward amends? Does it freeze in self-condemnation? These responses are data. They are signals from a moral nervous system that has been learning since infancy how to stay in relationship. If this interlude has stirred any reflection in you, I would welcome your thoughts. Please write to me at theobservableunknown@gmail.com or text me at 336-675-5836 with any questions or responses that you might have. You may also reach me through my websites, drjuancarlosrey.com or crowscupboard.com. And wherever you have listened to this interlude, please consider leaving a review and a rating. Your voice helps this work reach those who are quietly searching for language that might encompass what they feel. I thank you for listening, for noticing, and for tending to the delicate circuitry of conscience. Until next time, this has been The Observable Unknown.